Hello and a warm welcome to the latest edition of the Hillingdon Hospital's NHS Foundation Trust podcast. I'm Jonathan Lowe from the communications team, and I'm delighted to say I'm joined by our Director of Operational Estates and Facilities at the Trust, Steve Wedgwood. Steve's here to talk about Estates and Facilities Day, which is taking place on Wednesday, the 19th of June this year, and how you can get involved. And he'll also be discussing his team recently winning the Team of the Year award at the Health Estates and Facilities Management Association, also known as HEFMA, NHS Awards, and the story behind that. First things first, Steve, thank you very much for coming on today's podcast. Can you start us off by explaining why there is such a thing as an Estates and Facilities Day, and just kind of what the purpose of it is, really?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, National Estates and Facilities Day started last year, and it's in the 19th of June, as you said, and it's really the kind of national recognition that Estates Facilities staff are actually mainly in the background, seemingly forgotten in many cases, and actually they do a fantastic job. They're the backbone of the NHS. My clinical colleagues might disagree about being the backbone, but we are, in a sense, it is definitely the backbone. So it's kind of a national opportunity across the UK to recognise staff in estates facilities, and they're often described as the hidden team, but they're the everyday heroes. They're the people that diligently working away in the background to make sure that the lights stay on, the buildings are safe, everywhere is clean, patients get food, and that everywhere is all the clinical services run effectively because of what estates facilities do. I mean, in our particular case, we're having National Estates Facilities Day to recognise our staff in particular. We did one last year, which was a really successful event, really good fun actually, and we're doing a similar thing this year in the restaurant at Hillingdon, but it obviously goes wider than that because obviously at Mount Vernon as well. I mean, just why are our staff being recognised? I think there's some facts and figures which I collected before actually, which I think explain why. I mean, our cleaners, people might not realise this, but our cleaners clean about 25 million square metres of space every year. The waste team, they actually take away 1,550 tonnes of rubbish from the trust, clinical waste and non-clinical waste. So what you put in your bins and your sharp bins and it all gets taken away and dealt with. People don't think about it, but it's going away in the background. We talked before about the incinerator and how we deal with the waste there. So that goes on. Our catering team, they deliver 600,000 patient meals each year. And again, kind of big figures, but people probably just to give people a kind of perspective of what we do. Our engineers, so we have clinical engineers, bed maintenance engineers, they'll maintain about 9,000 pieces of equipment every year, just to make, I mean, they do it to make sure that everything is safe. So the equipment that our clinical teams use, the beds that our patients lie on, all those have to be safely maintained. Our estates team, I won't forget our estates team, because we've got a very aged estate and we're trying to keep it going and trying to make it safe, etc. While we wait for our wonderful new hospital. And our estates team, they get 11,000 call outs a year. 11,000 times the team are called out to fix things, repair things, sort out leaks, you name it. They're out there, and it's all hours, all through the night as well. And a bit like the Forth Bridge, we don't paint the Forth Bridge, but my team of painters paint 116,000 square meters of wall each year. And people might, not always see that. They might think the walls look a bit grubby, but it's a kind of ongoing thing all the time. The same team actually estates. The famous thing about how many people needed to change a light bulb, actually only one, but we deal with 800 light bulbs a year that go out. And in terms of our security team, I mean, they're the ones really that we not take for granted, but they're the ones that when there's a problem, they go and deal with it. They don't hesitate. They're trained to do what they do. If there's a problem with a violent patient, they will deal with it properly. And each year they deal with over 13,000 incidents in our two sites of security issues, basically. And I'm also quite proud of our team, and we want to celebrate that as well, because across the estates and facilities, there's almost 500 staff. We've got a very diverse team there. So we've got I think it's about 63% of our team are from black and minority ethnic backgrounds, and they come from 54 countries. So when you look at that kind of breadth of things, you get the feel for what happens behind the scenes all the time. And and what we're doing on the Estates Facilities Day is we've got displays and stands about what we do and what our staff do. We've got displays and stands from what our partners do, because we work with lots of other people. So we've got people there from Brunel, from Hats, our transport provider, from Grundens, who deal with our waste, Appetito, help us with our food. You know, all those kind of people are there to show that it's not just my own staff that do that, but we do it with other people as well to make sure the hospitals operate effectively. We're also going to be putting our window cleaning robot in action. So if you go there, you see the window cleaning robot, and you can imagine, well, what does a window cleaning robot look like? I didn't have a clue till I saw one, but basically it's like a laptop size piece of equipment. You stick it on the window, a large window, and it goes to the top left-hand corner and it cleans the window. And it doesn't fall off at the end. You have to physically pull it off. So we're going to showcase some of the technology that we use and some of the things that we're looking to use in terms of digitalization. There's also 11 awards. I like an award, and you mentioned an award earlier. So we're doing our own awards, which we did last year, and we gave out about 8 or 9 awards last year for different things. This year we've extended it to 11 awards for things like cares, digitalization, innovation. There's a green award, which Haida, as our lead for sustainability, is really keen on to demonstrate what we do there and what our staff do. And I love food, and there's loads of cakes. There's a big cake, and there's lots of little cakes, and there's a barbecue. So you'll smell it if you don't really know what's going on. You'll smell the barbecue. Come along and have a cake, etc. See what we do. So I'm very proud of the team, and actually we should all be proud of them. So this is the day is really to recognise what the Estates Facilities staff do, and to be proud of them. That's probably the best way to sum it up.
Okay, that's really interesting, actually. Yeah, all those facts and figures as well. I certainly
I've
had
got
no idea
loads.
about
I've
some
got
of
loads.
those.
I won't bore you with all of them, but there's tons of them. It's
No,
amazing.
they're
Really
great.
what they do. Yeah.
You feel sympathy for the person who has to jot all these figures down and work out exactly how
I
many
gave some of the
miles people
job. I
have.
gave some of the job to work it out, and they sat there and say all these miles, all these things. It's actually quite interesting because it does really put it in perspective, because then you really see, you might see the cleaner go by, and you might see the housekeeper on the ward, and you might see the painter, but unless you really, yeah, and they're doing those jobs every day, and in the Estates Facilities is 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And but when you add up those things, they're amazing figures. They really are. So yeah, absolutely. So I make no excuse for going through them, and there's loads more. So
It's brilliant. And I was going to ask how important. I mean, you kind of hinted at technology and
yeah.
sustainability. How important is that to your work, and how does that kind of drive your work, moving forward into the future?
Well, particularly, well, yeah, 3 things really: sustainability, mentioned innovation, and digitalisation. And for us in our business plan this year, we put a big focus, big focus on those 3 things, because they're actually really important for us and for the trust. So sustainability, clearly, what we do as a trust, as individuals, is really about now and the future. So for us, it's a really key thing. Our green plan, our net zero commitments, carbon neutral, etc. All those elements of what we do. In actual fact, we've won 14. I'm very proud of the team. So we've won 14 national awards in 7 years, and about half of those are for sustainability, and that's where we've been nationally recognised as a trust for what we do. And Hyder's my main man. Hyder Mohammed is my main man, and it's my green man, if you like. And Hyder's very passionate. He's very keen, and we measure things every day. Hyder's got on his phone, he can tell you right now the amount of energy being used in different buildings at different times, real time energy management information, that kind of thing. So for us, it's really important. In terms of innovation, well, we're doing work with Brunel University at the moment with their design school and their director of innovation to look at how we can work together on innovation, because although they're the academic sector and we're the healthcare sector, there's a big overlap in what we can learn from each other. And digitalization, all my team will tell you, that's the big thing coming up this year that we're focusing on. And we're doing a lot of work around how we can take more things in the Estates and Facilities and more tasks and more services and digitize them. So we've done quite a bit around digital catering, digital portering, cleaning, auditing online, that kind of thing. So we're going to do more of that. And the key thing I want to do is to make sure that it's all my staff, not just a group, and so everyone's going to get involved. So for us, yeah, 3 key things, absolutely.
And just onto your the award that you won recently, Team of the Year award at the Health Facilities Estates Management Association Awards.
It's a bit of a mouthful. Call it
Mouthful and a half, isn't
It's
it?
easy.
Blimey.
Call it HEFMA. It's
HEFMA,
easy for us to call it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Was that just for your overall work over the course of the year, or was it for some sort of specific assignments that you did?
It was, well, it's a team award, so it's for the team, and it's the senior leadership team. So it's the kind of the sort of 9 direct reports I've got in charge of the services and their teams and their leaders underneath them. And the reason it was it was the leadership team that we sort of the nomination was about was because of it wasn't just a one-off thing. It's a kind of coming together of everything over a couple of years now, so it's kind of gelling quite well now. So the team are a very cohesive team as a division, very cohesive leadership team. Everyone is a subject matter expert. I mean, we know everyone's an expert in everything, but these people are subject matter experts. They really are top-notch experts in their areas. Whether it's cleaning, clinical engineering, catering, you know, capital projects, you name it, security, the whole lot. They're real experts, and many of them are recognised outside of the trust. They're actually recognised nationally and regionally for what they do. So it's a very good team of subject matter experts, and underneath them are subject matter experts. But it's actually goes a bit beyond that, because it's about things that the team have achieved, performance, innovation, digitalization, customer satisfaction. So, for example, in estates and facilities, we measure different elements of patient satisfaction on cleaning, catering, and some of our services we deliver. And we always get very, very good feedback. But even if we don't get good feedback, we try and learn from that feedback. So it's putting those kind of things in terms of how the team works. We got the highest score in the country for our catering, for our cleaning rather, in the place assessment recently. So that's the highest in the country, and we got the 4th highest in the country for our catering. So sort of lots of recognition and things there, but behind it a lot of hard work, and a lot of very good people doing that work. And I think really around the quite innovative. I mean, for example, I've got a group of people that work for me who have retired and come back, and they're experts in their areas. So I've got a property lead, for example, who used to be a director in the council and got quite high up in a local authority role, retired, now comes back and advises me on property matters. I've got a procurement expert who retired after 40 odd years in procurement, come back now. So we've gathered a group of experts to help us, who work with us, part-time, that kind of, just to really help us out. And that kind of approach is a bit different. So I think why we won the award is because we stuck out a bit differently from all the other teams in the country, and the judges just decided, I suppose, that in their opinion, and they are healthcare estates and facilities professionals, so they're recognising their own, if you like, nationally, and they decided that we were the best team in the country. So I think that's pretty good for the trust, actually, because out of all those, every trust has an estates and facilities team, and there's hundreds of trusts, and we were the best one. So I think, so in that regard, it's a team effort, but it's a kind of mixture of things all gelling at once, and it's recognition of estates and facilities, but also of the trust more widely. So yeah, so of course I'm proud of it. They're a good team, absolutely.
And you said 14 awards in 7 years. That really takes some going, doesn't it? That's
it takes some going each year, yeah, because we're averaging about, well, we're averaging 2 a year clearly, but some years we've won 1, and 1 year we won 4. I mean, I think it's really about, and a lot of them aren't really, they're not NHS awards all the time. They're industry awards. And I'm really pleased, for example, about 2 or 3 years, about 2 years ago, I think it was, we won a cleaning team of the year award in a national cleaning awards event, which was all the private sector, all the big cleaning companies, and we were the only trust in there, NHS trust, and we won. So I think the issue there is really about, also the key factor there is really if you look at what the judging panels look for, I think they look for things teams or services or individuals that go a bit beyond. What's different about them? And I think we've managed to obviously demonstrate to people that we're a little bit different. We go a little bit further ahead than many others might do. We look more widely. We work with more people. We've got a good partnership approach. So I think all the different awards. I mean, it's of course it's really good. I mean, 14. In fact, I mean that's like Manchester City type. Well, that's better than Manchester City. That's kind of Liverpool as they were type thing. 14 cups in 7 years. I mean that. So, but you don't get that just by luck, because these panels look at all sorts of things. So it's good, but the only annoying thing is that my boss, Patricia, will keep expecting more awards, you see, from the State Facility. So now we've set that that kind of target of achievement. You kind of got to keep getting them, if you see what I mean. It's like a never-ending thing. So, but of course, we can only get them if we can prove we do it, if we can actually prove that we provide those kind of level of services. So, yeah, so far so good. Yeah.
You certainly created a rod for your own back, haven't you? Yeah.
I have, yeah. Never mind.
But
Like Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp, I'm going to retire now anyway. So
yeah.
I'll leave it to someone else to do it. But yeah, so it's not a bad achievement. Yeah.
Leave on high. But no, as you say, I mean, it's obviously fantastic work that you're doing. And you said about the team being sort of the backbone of the organisation, and the fact that a lot of the work is done behind the scenes. I mean, it's these days are really important, aren't they? This upcoming day, because it gives you a chance to showcase what you do, and I'm sure the vast majority of people who do attend, won't necessarily have an idea of some of the things that you do.
I think so, and I going on the feedback we had last year, because we had lots of visitors coming as well from from NHS England, for example, and I think it doesn't hurt clearly to to not quite show off, but showcase what our teams do and our staff do. But actually, the bit I enjoyed most was we were giving out awards to the staff, and it's it's people that don't always get recognised in some way, and there's some people in the States Facilities who actually, in fact, I've just written out a couple of nominations myself for this year's awards, because like anyone else, I can nominate, and then anyone else can nominate. So I've nominated a few people there. And when I was writing the nominations, I thought, actually, you really do demonstrate everything that the trust would want of an employee, around the cares values, etc., and can-do attitude and stuff like that. And yet, I kind of think people don't know about you. I know about you because I know what you do and I talk to you, etc. But I kind of think that kind of example is really important to show. So for example, I've nominated a cleaner, one of our cleaners for something. I won't tell you who. And I've nominated one of our other people who help with our linen service. So, but they're kind of people that, unless you know who they are, they're just wandering around in the background. You unless you bump into them or whatever, they're very unassuming people, and they do a really, really good job. And I think so the best bit I enjoy is giving out the awards, believe it or not. I don't enjoy standing there doing all the glad handing bit, but the fact that people take away an award they never expected to get is quite a powerful thing for people, I think. I hope, anyway. So I think I want people to come along and see that, because I think that's really important. See those people get recognised for the contribution they make to the trust. That's the best bit, I think. And the food's good as well, clearly, but it's not the main one.
One of the main ones. Excellent. All right. Well, that's lovely. I think that's covered everything. Can you just remind us, so what time you'll be in Choices? Is it on the Wednesday, the 19th of June?
Well, they're setting up from 9 a.m.
Okay.
Because there's a lot to set up out there. But I think really we're kind of open, if you like, from mid-morning. So it's around about 11 o'clock. And we're doing our, I can't remember the award time scale, but round about 10:30, 12, somewhere around there, we're doing the awards. So we'll be giving out the 11 awards, and we do that in the garden, weather permitting. And then people are obviously free to wander around. So we'll still make sure the restaurant is able to provide dinners for everyone, so don't worry about that. But I'm not making any excuse for taking over half of it to showcase what the Estates and Facilities do. So we're in one half and meals in the other. But it's kind of really from around about mid-morning onwards, and then through the afternoon. But come along, and nominate people. If you see the poster and you want to nominate someone, just nominate them. Even if the deadline is gone, don't worry, send it in, because we're still picking up. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Well, we're very much looking forward to that then.
Thank
Just to remind people, it's Wednesday, the 19th of June.
Yeah.
That's Estates and Facilities Day here at the Trust. Thank you very much once again,
No
Steve,
problem.
for coming on the
problem.
podcast. I really enjoyed that. We'll be back with another podcast very soon, so keep an eye out for that on
Thank you.
Buzzsprout or wherever you get your podcasts. If you are listening and you want to get involved in a future podcast, just email the communications team at thh-tr.communications@nhs.net. Thanks very much for listening today. Thanks again, Steve.
No
And
problem.
until next time, goodbye.
Yeah, bye.